Are you crazy about the game of golf? Would you travel near and far to play? How about brave any elements with your trusty sticks? On this East Coast golfing adventure, friend Matt Cardis and I answered with a resounding yes. Our 10-day Sprint to Streamsong trip began with a little gem on the tip of Long Island. Nope, not Shinny or Sabonic, but Montauk Downs, a course Matt actually grew up playing on as a kid. And wow, in the land of giants, this Muni stood tall. Hole after hole impressed us as they worked their way through the beautiful rolling hills of eastern Long Island. I realized pretty quickly this was a second shot golf course. Deep bunkers guarded the front of nearly every green, many of which were raised high above the fairways, making for some challenging and intimidating uphill golf shots. Once on the surfaces, slopes, tiers, and undulations looked a lot more like Montauk's iconic neighbors than a $50 Muni. Fun par 5s, a drivable par 4, a really good-looking par 3, and plenty of four-legged spectators capped off an incredible opening round at Montauk Downs. After hustling into the city, we headed straight to Golf and Body NYC for a Sprint to Streamsong launch event. It was an awesome spot to host an event, and I love being able to rip drives while socializing with like-minded golfers. Day 2 began with another hidden gem, Skyway Golf Course. This $35 9-holer proves how interesting and affordable urban golf can be. It's so cool to hear car horns and barges sounding in the distance while playing in the shadows of monster bridges, old school industrial buildings, and the Manhattan skyline at just about every turn. There are 3 par 3s, 4s, and 5s each that make up the super fun layout, and the design lets you hit just about every club in the bag. My favorites were the par 5-6, which runs right alongside the city streets, and the par 5-8, where the views are nothing short of spectacular. Big thanks to Steve from Golf Digest for joining us on this NYC gem, and to Skyway for a great round. Our second round of the day took us down the East Coast to Hollywood Golf Club, where we met up with Tyler, a high school buddy of mine who I grew up competing against regularly. Tyler's an ex-tour player, and the only thing that shines more than his still ridiculously good golf game is his love for this brilliant Walter Travis design. The course is a classic design through and through. Tee boxes sit adjacent to prior greens, while thick rough, century-old trees, and plentiful bunkering separate one fairway from the next. And speaking of bunkers, they're everywhere. I mean it, everywhere. Massive bunkers, tiny bunkers, clusters and rows of bunkers, you name it, and Hollywood's got it. The greens are heavily guarded too, and the severity of each of them make for much of the challenge out here at Hollywood. Honestly, there's far too many good holes to count, but the most intriguing to me is the par 3 4th. Playing uphill to a menacingly guarded, severely false-fronted green, this devilish little 150-yard hole is one of the best 3-shotters I've ever played. Under the long shadows cast by the setting sun, golf managed to do it again, bringing together friends of new and old and forging yet another lasting memory on the golf course. A successful beginning to the Sprint to Streamsong. DC, here we come.